Hello and welcome to this video. Today we have super interesting conditions because we have a lot of dark clouds, as you can see over there. It's quite windy, but also we have some blue patches in the sky, so it's kind of like everything. Oh, I gotta grab the camera, light is coming. I'm gonna try and get the light on my subject, which is, come on. So all the way back in the distance over there, you probably can't see it, there's a group of trees, and the way the sun is just shining on me, it's gonna light up in a couple of seconds, so I'm waiting for that to happen. So I just frantically had to take the image because the light was right about to hit my subject, which is a group of trees over there. What I wanted to say, you can see there are dark clouds rolling in, and I've purposefully decided to come out in these conditions. And also, if I show you around, you can see we have maybe like that. It's pretty much flat here, so we just have kind of like empty fields, a couple of single trees on here. So it's not what you would call perfect conditions for photography. However, today I've decided to shoot only infrared. And this should be super interesting in these conditions.
Now, I don't own an infrared camera. However, my camera has a function typically used in creating videos where I can apply LUTs to simulate a certain look. I use this feature to apply an infrared simulation, which allows me to have an estimation of how a scene would look like in infrared. I then later applied an infrared preset in Lightroom to get a real infrared look.
Looking at these clouds over here, it might have been very ignorant of me to not have a rain jacket with me. Fingers crossed. So, I really like these cornfields over here, especially with infrared. They just look super soft and make up quite a cool image. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I'm just gonna get a little bit lower. Okay, so I got my next composition. Light is also coming out, it's beautiful. I'm just gonna shield a little bit from the wind so you can hopefully still hear me. The pattern of single trees, groups of trees continues. Over there is a beautiful patch of trees and they're kind of like diverted. So you have three standing very close to each other and then two kind of like a little bit off, further in the distance. And it has a lot of hills and also like they're being lit up by the sun, which kind of strengthens the infrared effect. I hope you can still hear me. So these hills kind of add a lot of texture and they're gonna strengthen the infrared effect. What's really beautiful about this image is behind these trees in the backdrop, and there's another line of trees, and together they form up kind of like a heart shape. Yep. Oh fuck. Well, that could have been a lot worse, but I think my camera survived the small drop just fine. Kind of glad about that. So I have a beautiful tree, it's kind of branching all around, there are barely any leaves on it. It looks interesting. It looks interesting, especially in infrared. I'm just putting it dead center in the middle. So I'm just shooting the tree from a different angle. I'm very close to the ground. And it's almost like I'm getting quite close in with the focal length, and it's almost like the tree is emerging from the cornfield, and I'm kind of looking up from the bottom. It's very immersive, even though I am quite far away. The telezoom effect makes it work. just like that. It looks superb in infrared. I'm very excited to see this image later on in Lightroom. But it seems to be pretty cool for now. One more thing that seems to be very interesting composition is coming over there. Yep. You can see it has kind of like this curvature of trees on the hill. I don't know how I'm going to frame it up, but it looks super promising to me. Probably when I'm going to go down all the way back over there. You can see where I'm? Probably over there. So there back down is the way. And pretty sure I'm going to find a composition to frame it up and include a super interesting curvature. It's almost like there's this tree, this one over here, on top of the tree, and it's being kind of like circled by smaller trees in this curvature. It's beautiful. I don't know if it's like that by nature or if people have planted the trees like that. It looks interesting. Pretty sure I'm gonna find a way to frame it up. Oh, these clouds over there. I should have gotten a rain jacket with me. So the first link in the description is my photography course, where I teach you everything you need to know about photography. I even have a section on there on the infrared photography, which is exactly what I've done today, and also the presets that I'm using, or like I've used for all the images in this video. You can download them in the course. So you might be interested in that. Have a look. So just working on the fly, I haven't tried this out, but you can see there's this lock in the grass over here. And I can imagine it would look quite cool in infrared, just because everything else around the grass is going to be kind of white, very bright. And then the lock sitting here would just be kind of black and standing out, a lot of contrast. So I'm just going to try it on the fly. No idea if it's going to work. Nah, the lock doesn't work. Let me just try this one. I mean, it does look interesting. Don't drop. I mean, it does look interesting, so I think I'm just gonna take a shot, even though it's gonna be very basic. So if this image is gonna work, it is gonna be quite abstract. It's gonna be very simplistic, almost kind of like, I think it almost looks like a blizzard blowing through and just having everything completely covered with snow, just the log kind of sticking out a little bit. On an extremely bright day, this is how it looks like. It could work out. We'll see. So just as I predicted, this is the tree that I wanted to shoot with this kind of like curvature around it. And now from this angle it has a lot more balance and it works quite well as a composition. I've included a little bit on the left hand side, just kind of like these trees leading down. Just gives a little bit more balance. So it's not quite as cool as I was hoping for, but it's good enough, it's okay. It looks interesting. This is interesting, like it's straight path. There's a lot of branches hanging over, and then the light is coming through, so all the branches are kind of diffusing the light. So there's so many light rays and also contrast in between, which creates shades. So it's a super extreme dynamic range scene. And I think that's what it's gonna make it look interesting in infrared, because these contrast between harsh blacks and whites are just being amplified So this is going to be the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure this was not the last time I'm shooting infrared. It was quite fun, very creative, something new. So thank you for watching. See you in the next one.